Son just looking for an omen. Got me home, Lord, leave me out this furnace. Can you save me, Lord, keep me on target. Waiting for too long in the open. Son just looking for an omen. Got me home, Lord, leave me out this furnace. Can you save me, keep me on target. I lost my life to living is true. What's the glory of a tree without dirt on the roof? Thunderstorms came and went, just produced its fruit. Once the seed sown, this gonna do what it do. Just know your fate is in your hands, boy, it's all on you. Darkness is absence of light in view. But if a seed is planted, best believe it's gonna fight through. Like larva in the cocoon, like flower looking to bloom. No growth without pain, I do. You win some, you lose some, but you live John with a spoon. As a black man, these porky pigs fucking with you can turn you into a Looney Tune, watching us down and no. For too long in the open. Son just looking for an omen. Got me home, Lord, leave me out this furnace. Can you save me, Lord, keep me on target. Been for too long in the open. Son just looking for an omen. Got me home, Lord, leave me out this furnace. Can you save me, keep me on target. Think you clever, dancing with these devils. These deals that y'all making, these bundles come with a shovel. Got you 6 feet deep, can't look the man in the mirror. Got your river in the time like MJ was in Thriller. Playing with alchemy, thinking you witches and wizards. You ain't the same, you hungry. My nigga have the Snickers. Think you can live off bread alone, don't make me snicker. When dealing with these boys, my nigga gotta be quick and sharp as zero. Out of Robin Hood quiver as I filter through bullshit like human livers. You niggas final stages, Parkinson's with the shivers. Your soul is much more worth than 30 shekels of silver. Don't be a Judas, my nigga. A life without service isn't a life worth living. Niggas trying to be Tyson, getting fucked around and giving. All these hoes is corn, no matter if they so-called Christian. Plotting scheming for all, they get the most wishes. A bitch and call you selfish, it's just a bitch with an agenda. Pussy ain't magical, it's just tactical, my nigga. Have you in your emotions, no logic, thinking rational. Wrapped around a finger on the phone with a girl just laughing. I'll be around me for too long in the open. Son just looking for an omen. Got me home, Lord, leave me out this furnace. Can you save me, Lord, keep me on target. Been for too long in the open. Son just looking for an omen. Got me home, Lord, leave me out this furnace. Can you save me, keep me on target.
Little man, I see you, baby. Alright, so it's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. You understand? It's Friday, the Lashawan Qadash class, where we get into our culture, you understand, from a linguistic standpoint. You understand? So, you know, we get into the hidden mysteries, you understand? The things that when you read the Bible, it just doesn't transliterate, you understand? Where you get true understanding, you understand? We get past the milk or the similac of the matter and get to the meat of the matter, you understand? So we're going to start off every class, with the Hebrew alphabet. You would repeat after me. Ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, taza, qua, ra, sha, and the. All right. So last class we used let me straighten this camera out. last class, we kind of used different parts of the body, right, to give context to past, present, and future, right? Okay, so let's see. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so the first one that we had was ear, right? The Hebrew word for ear is azan, right? Of course, you have more than one ear. You have two ears, right? So the pluralization of this word is azan yum, right? Okay. So when you're dealing with past tense, it's exactly how it sounds. It's gonna be anya azam. You know what I'm saying? I or my ear, right? Or and then when you're dealing with a thun, it's gonna be a tha azan tha. You know what I'm saying? At the end, right? And then hawa is the same thing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna write it down here just so y'all can have reference. I'm only gonna go over one of them for time purposes, so we can get into expressions. All right. So you have, all right. So you have anya azan, right? Okay. So what changes when you go to a tha? All right. A tha is added to the end. All right. So you have a tha, azan, tha, right? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Your ear. All right. So we had my ear. Now it's your ear. All right. That we're talking about in the past tense. Hawa'a. The word is slakia. Got to put that connector right there. That goes there like so. All right. So we're dealing with hawa'a, he. And I am strictly just writing in the Hebrew for so we can move through it a little bit because it's the homework. All right. So you have hawa'a azan, right? Because it's the same thing as dealing with I. Because when you're talking 9 times out of 10 in first person tense, unless it's a sister talking, it's always assumed that it's masculine, right? Okay. So we have hawa'a azan. All right. Now, when it's dealing with a sister, all right, haya'a azan ha. Right. Remember, we're following the example that we have up here from our chart that we made last week. That's why I say it's important for you to write the chart empty before you write the chart filled in. You know what I'm saying? It'll help you with context as far as how it transliterates through tenses, through past, present, and future tense. All right. So with the tha, you add a h at the end, right? So I'm sorry, not with a with higher I dealing with a sister, dealing with she. You know what I'm saying? So this is her ear. You know what I'm saying? All right. Speaking in the past tense. All right. Next, dealing with our or we. All right. So dealing with the past tense. All right. You have anak noah, azan noah. Right. Because you add a noah at the end of the word. Right. When you're dealing with past tense. All right. So that's dealing with our or we. Right. Our ear. Right. So what's the word I can use? Our Anaknawa, Azanawa, Shemai. You know what I'm saying? Our ears listened. Right? You know what I'm saying? Or heard. Because it's past tense, Salakia. Heard. You understand? Alright? So, that's that. Alright? So next, we have a thumb. All right. So a thumb, all right, when you're dealing with the masculine sense, you're going to add thumb at the end. So you have a thumb, a zun, thumb. All right? When you're dealing with the feminine, right, this changes to thun. All right? A thumb, a zan, thumb. Right? The same thing like when we greet our brothers and our sisters in the pluralization. We say, Shalom, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabrak, thumb to the brothers, and Shalom, Yahweh Shamar, Illa, thun, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah to the sisters. Go ahead, brother.
That don't change to a thumb?
So, in the formal sense of the saying, it doesn't have to. It doesn't matter, right? So you can say a thumb or a thun, right? I guess we got one freelancer around here. Oh, Salaki. No, you are right. Khan. Salaki. Salaki. I just realized what you asked me. The water, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, give Officer your right hand. You know what I'm saying? Always pays attention to detail. You know what I'm saying? All right. So for the sisters, it's going to be a thun, a zan, thun. All right. So connotation pretty much tells you. You know what I'm saying? Masculine is thumb, feminine is thun. All right. So when you're dealing with they, all right, you have hum. All right. So with hum, all right, it's going to, when you're talking about a group of men, right, it's going to be hum, a zan, wa. A wa is added at the end. And the only difference for it when it's the sisters, right, it's han. Han, a zan, wa, right? Still the same thing with at the end, but the way you know is the difference between masculine and feminine is the hum or the han at the end. All right. We'll use a different word for the present tense. Right. The next word was nose. All right. The word for nose was a pie. Right. Like, if you're talking about multiple noses, like somebody just walked around, just punched people in the nose, you know what I'm saying? It would be a pile. The noses. The noses. Young K. Dot. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, so let me put the word. All right, so just like with past tense, when it's present tense, right? When it's a word, when you're using anya, all right, when you're using anya, right? Can they see that? Yeah, they can see it. When you're using anya, nothing changes, so it's going to be anya apa. Okay, all right. So that's my nose. You know what I'm saying? Or and another way that you can just say it, you can say anya apa, or you can say apaya for shorthand, right? So you can. Well, I'll just write it under it so I don't confuse you. All right. So with anything, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Formal way to say my nose would be anya pa, or informal, you can just be apanya, my nose. Right? Okay. All right. All right. So moving forward, the next tense, which is a tha. All right. All right. With the tha, you're going to add a ka at the end. All right. So it's going to be a tha, a paha. All right. A tha, a paha. Right. All right. So dealing the present tense. You know what I'm saying? So, so you could be like a tha, a paha, dumb. Right. Your nose is bleeding. All right. So dealing with the present tense. Right. Okay. Actually, it would be the wam, because it's an action, right? And it's the present tense of the action, right? So it would be a tha, and just in case you didn't know, I put this over here. I think I went over it in a class, and I went over like informal greetings, but the word dumb, word dam is blood, like the formal greeting, dam hadam. You know what I'm saying? Shalom dam hadam. Peace, blood of my blood. All right. All right. So this sentence would be atha apaka dawam, which is your nose is bleeding. All right. So that's you're dealing with. So to make it masculine and feminine, you can be like atha apaka dawam, bro, your nose is bleeding. You know what I'm saying? Or it can be akawath, atha, apaka, dawam. Sis, your nose is bleeding. All right? Okay? And I'll just leave the dawam here to help give connotation to the sentence. All right? Okay? So, the next form is dealing with he. All right? Hawa'ah, right? So you have Hawa'ah. Hawa'ah, the word stays in the original form, all right? So you have Hawa'ah, Salakia, Apa, Dawam. His nose is bleeding, right? So in the connotation, and I think I went over this in another class as well, the reason why there's a wa in the middle of the word is because it's dealing with present tense. You understand? When you're dealing with verbs, the conjugation of the actual action, right? A was placed between the first and the second letter, right? Okay? So, again, Hawa'ah, Apa, the one. His nose is bleeding, all right? Okay? Now, for the sister, hey. All right, it's going to be Haya'ah, Apa'ah, the one, right? Her nose is bleeding. When you're dealing with the feminine sense, Haya'ah, you add a at the end, like we wrote on our chart. Okay? All right. Next. All right. All right. Next, we have a naknawa. All right, we have a naknawa, a payam, the one. Our nose is bleeding. You know, like we got into a fight. You know what I'm saying? A naknawa, a payam, the one. Our nose is bleeding. Because just like it says at the top, you put a yum, right, at the end when you're dealing with our or we. All right, in the pluralization sense. All right, and the same thing here. It's plural. You know what I'm saying? Yum. All right. It's like I didn't change the word. Apayum. All right. All right. So next we have a thumb. I should have left it there. It's the same thing. All right. So dealing with the masculine sense, a thumb, a payum, the one. You understand? I'm saying y'all, I'm saying you all, or y'all's nose is bleeding. All right? Okay, next. All right? For the sisters, pluralization. All right? A thun, a pawath, the young. All right? When you're dealing with this, a group of sisters, y'all or you alls, nose is bleeding, you add wa at the end, right? Another instance is that this is shown, right? King is Malak. Kingdom is Malak Wath, right? Because it is the feminine sense, right? That a king rules over, right? And it's a pluralization, right? Kingdom is plural. You understand? It's a vast amount of land that one entity rules over, right? And something that's being dominated is feminine, right? And it's always in the present tense because a king is always, it's always in the present tense because the king is always ruling his kingdom, all right? So king is Malak, kingdom is Malakwath, right? It is the present tense pluralization of the word king, something that he rules over and dominates. All right, go check it out. All right, next. All right, we have hum. You're excused, little bro. All right. So the next one, you have hum, right? Hum is the pluralization dealing with a group of men. When you're talking in the third person, they are doing something. What's up, man? What you got? You got what you got to say? Salakia. Say it. What you got, man?
Something to say?
What do you have to say?
Something
Something
what?
wrong.
No, something cool.
Something cool. What do you have to say that's cool? Does it apply to the lesson? All right, K-Dot, tell me after class, okay? All right, no sweat. All right, so you have hum, a yum, a yum, right? Okay, so same thing when you're dealing with hum, they in the masculine sense is a pluralization of a group of men. You're going to have yum, right? So really for a thumb and a thun, hum and hun, it's the same. Pluralization of a group of men, group of women. The difference is second and third person, right? A thumb is second person, right? Because you're talking about you all, y'all. Like you're talking to the person. So from first person to another person is second person, right? And then when you and someone are talking, and you're talking about someone that's not in context, right? It's third person. So in this case, they, right? Hum, right? So it's going to be hum upon yum. You know what I'm saying? It's like hum upon yum, the yum. You know what I'm saying? Their nose are bleeding. It's third person, right? Same thing with han. It's the air conditioning. All right. So hun upon wath, right? So same thing, pluralization, all right? You all right, nephew? Go ahead and pick it up, all right? So hun upon wath dawam, right? Their nose is bleeding, all right? Or their noses are bleeding, all right? Okay? So that's the present tense, all right? So last word that we had mouth. All right. All right. Mouth is palm. All right. Mouths. Pluralization is pumyum. All right. So, all right. So we're going to deal with future tense. All right. Again. All right. So we're back at the beginning. Anya. All right. So with anya, all right, you add a to the beginning of the word. All right, and the word that I'm going to use over here is going to be amar. One second. All right. So, when you're dealing with future tense, let me move this over. Some action. All right. So when you're dealing with the future tense of an action, you put a ya at the beginning of the conjugation of the action verb. All right. All right. So this sentence we'll read is anya upon Amar, right? Actually, you can say this two ways, actually. All right? And both of them will mean the same thing, all right? More than one way to skin a cat. You can either say a palm, amar, or you can say a palm, debar. Both of them is saying my mouth will speak, right? Shalom, sir. You want to take over class, sir?
Not the water, but I appreciate that.
No sweat, sir.
Resume.
Come. Gotta do it. Every time. Slack. All right. So when you do all right. So the difference between Amar and Debar, right? Debar is word, right? So a word in the connotation of us dealing with scripture, the word can speak. The word of the Lord. And the word of the Lord said, right? Or an actual person can actually speak, right? Amar has to do more with speech, as in calling something forward, like a command, right? Both of them mean the same thing, but in context mean a different connotation, right? So I can say Anya upon Amar Shemai. You know what I'm saying? My mouth said listen. You know what I'm saying? Or I can say upon Debar. You know what I'm saying? The mouth said listen, but the mouth had, no connotation to masculine or feminine. Right? Okay? All right? So moving forward, that's just to give you a differentiation of an example of the difference between Amar and Debar. Both of them can mean speaking or said, but Debar has more of a connotation dealing with words. Amar has more of a connotation dealing with commands. All right? So moving forward, the next one that we have is Alright? So you have a palm, Amar, or a thigh, a palm. It's like, that's wrong. Alright? When it's dealing with a you place at the beginning. Really, bro? You know what I'm saying? Give it up for Officer God Walk.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? Shalom to Christ, sir. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. All right. That's the stuff for tomorrow. All right, come. All right. So you have a for palm, Amar, or a for palm, Debar, right? You understand? So your mouth said, right? Speaking in second person, okay? All right? So this is when it's dealing with the masculine sense, all right? When you're dealing with the feminine sense, it's going to be a at the beginning and a at the end, right? So it's going to be a for palm Amar, or a for palm Debar. You know what I'm saying? So like you're talking to a sister, it would be Akawath. A for palm Debar. Sis, your mouth said, out of your mouth, your words uttered. You know what I'm saying? Basically saying out of your own mouth. You know what I'm saying? Or Ak, a for palm Debar. Bro, your own mouth said, out of your mouth uttered, you know what I'm saying? Basically you letting them know Your mouth said. You said this. Okay? This is something that you can use every day. All right? Okay? All right. All right. So next, we have Hawa'a. All right. Now what Hawa'a, you add a ya at the beginning. So it's going to be Hawa'a, Yapam, Yadabar, or Hawa'a, Yapam, Ya'amar. How do we know that? Look at your prefixes. Prefix right here. Ya means what? He. You understand? Okay? So his mouth will say, or his mouth, all right? So dealing with future tense, right? Things that will happen. All right, his mouth will say. Sis, your mouth will say. You know what I'm saying? According to this. All right? Okay? All right, so next is, I didn't put the connectors on there. All right, Hawa'a. All right, now I'm only doing Paleo, Ancient Phoenician Hebrew for time constraint sense. You know, you were supposed to do for the homework, you're supposed to do both Paleo and Assyrian, right? But I normally write Assyrian, so I'm doing all Paleo for the homework. You know what I'm saying? All right, going over the homework. All right, so next, all right, you have Haya'a. All right, and you add a the at the beginning. All right, Haya'a Thapam Ya'amar, or Haya'a Thapam Ya'dabar. You understand? Her mouth will say. All right, we're dealing with future tense. Her mouth will say. All right. Okay. Next, Anak Noah. Anak Noah. All right. It's going to be Anak Noah Napam Ya'amar. Anak Napam Ya'dabar. You know what I'm saying? So, when you're dealing with our, it's always going to be from a masculine connotation. It's kind of like in English, when you're talking to a group of people, you'd be like, hey, you guys, right? And you can be talking to a group of men and women, even to a group of women. Hey, you guys. You know what I'm saying? It's always spoken from a masculine sense. You know what I'm saying? Just give you an example from an English standpoint, right? So you can be Anak Noah, Anak Noah Napam Yadabar Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Barakathum. You know what I'm saying? Our mouths will say, peace, Yahweh, in the name of Christ, bless you. You know what I'm saying? Which is the holy salute from a masculine standpoint. Or you can say, Anak Noah Napam Yadabar Shalom Yahweh Shema Thumb by Shem Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? Our mouths will say, may the Lord watch over you in the name of Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Which is the sister salute. All right? Okay. Moving forward. Bored in the house, and I'm in the house bored. All right. Next we have a thumb. with a thumb. I'm just gonna move this whole thing over. Okay, so with the thumb, you're going to put a th in the beginning and a wa at the end. All right. So of course, a thumb is dealing with a group of men, right? So a thumb, the palmwa, ya amar, or thumb, the palmwa, ya debar. You understand? Y'all's mouths will say, you understand? Or you all's mouth will say, we from Texas, we gonna say y'all. You understand? Y'all. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all. You gotta have that southern draw. Y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all's mouth. You know what I'm saying? And put the whole draw on it. Y'all's mouth. Y'all's mouth. You know what I'm saying? We'll say. All right. Okay. So when you're dealing with the sisters, a thun. All right. All right. So it's going to be a th at the beginning and a n at the end. All right. So you have a thun, the palmna, ya amar, or a thun, the palmna, ya debar. You know what I'm saying? Y'all's mouths will say. You understand? Or you all's mouths will say. All right. And then we have the last two. All right, home, dealing with they. All right, hum. All right, and with you're gonna add a ya and a wa at the end. All right, hum, ya palmwa, ya amar, or hum, ya palmwa, ya debar. Their mouths will say. All right, okay. Same thing when you're dealing with the sisters. Han, gonna have a th at the beginning, right? And a n at the end. All right, hun, the palmna, ya amar, or hun, the palmna, ya debar. Their mouths will say. All right? So this is the homework, right? I use each word for each tense, all right? Breaking that down. I hope you got it, right? Somebody erase all of this, all right? If this is your first time tuning in, I will go back to the previous class from last week to get kind of an understanding. This is very essential, right? Because by knowing this chart, by reading the scriptures, if you can identify the root word, right, the connotation of something being put at the end of something, right, or at the beginning or at the end of something, or something being put as far as an action word in the middle of something, will let you know if this sentence is past, present, or future tense. All right. So this concludes that from last week, all right? And also we got into different body parts, if you will, all right? Okay? All right, I'm gonna erase this. right. So, the next thing that we're going to get into is expression. All right? You know, like the old song say, express yourself. Boom, boom, ba-doo-doo, boom, boom, ba-doo, ba-doo-doo-doo. You know what I'm saying? All right? So, should be able to get a couple of these off before 9. Let's see. Back to my notes. All right. So, let's do it like this. All right. So, first expression, anger. All right. That's not the right one. Was 3707. All right. So the Hebrew word, the root word for anger, right, is all right. The word for anger, the root word is Qadash, which is also where you get the word chaos from, right? You track it back all the way through linguistics. This is the root of where the word chaos comes from, which is a form of anger, right? Okay? So, the sentence that we're going to do using this word, all right? right? Okay. All right. So, write this. Write it out for you. All right. So what we have up here is Ma'chaatazah Hakayas Awathaya. All right. Okay. So from our previous class, all right, Ma is a question. It means what? All right. All right. So from what we just went over, the last statement, all right, Sha'amartha, all right, we know Amar, right, is dealing with speaking in the connotation of command. But this word has a prefix and a suffix on it, all right? This is how we're able to identify the root word. All right? So when you have sha as a prefix, we go to our cheat sheet over here on the board. Good night. All right. Sha means whom, which, or pertaining to. Right? All right. In this case, it's going to be pertaining to. You'll understand what I'm talking about. All right, okay. And then, Sakia, and tha is just a connotation of the word, Sakia. All right, so Amartha, all right, dealing with the past tense of a word. So Amar is said. Right? Okay. Then we have ha ka'ayas. Right? Right? Which is a variation of the word. All right? We have a prefix. Ha being at the beginning. Right? Ha as a prefix, right? You know what I'm saying? When you look at ha, it means the, all right? All right? Ka'ayas. And when you say ka'ayas, it sounds like you're saying chaos. You know what I'm saying? So when you get more into the connotation and context of the word, as it morphs, dealing with context, more and more it sounds like chaos, right? Okay? All right? Which is anger. Oh, I didn't write the Strong's Concordance number. It's thrown in the trash. Salakia for that. The Strong's Concordance number for this word is H3706. All right. Salakia. H225. next word that we have is awathaya, right? Awathaya means to consent or to agree. All right. So this sentence will translate, all right, an agreement pertaining to something that a person said angered you. So what you said made me angry. All right. So ma shamartha hakayas awathaya, right, is where can I write these? I write it in a different color. All right. What you said made me angry. All right. Now, how do we know that this is dealing with a personalization, right? Because ya is at the end of consent or agree, which makes it personal, me or mine, all right? So it is my agreement pertaining to what you said made me angry, all right? So again, that is ma sha'amartha hakayas awathaya, all right? What you said made me angry, all right? So the two new words that we learned, right? All right, you have ka'as, it's like ka'as, right? And then awath, right? Both words, well, this word we're going to use again, all right? Ka'as is, of course, anger, all right? And awath is angry. I mean, sorry, not angry, but it's to consent or to agree. You understand? All right. So copy this down. Make sure you got it in your notes. All right. If you online, like I always say, you can rewind. All right. The next one we're gonna deal with. What time we got? 47. This will be the last one, and then we'll get into some more next week. All right. Page 5888. One second, bear with me. All right. The next one that we're going to deal with, the feeling of expression, is tired. Or faint. I'll just write them across. faint, or weary. All of them is the same thing. You tired. You know what I'm saying? Either you're physically tired, you know what I'm saying, mentally tired, you know, like somebody getting on your doggone nerves. Alright? This word is ayap. Alright? So tired is ayap. Alright? So the sentence, and the Strong's Concordance number for this word is H5887. Alright? Alright. So the sentence that we have here is Hamasai Ayayap Awathaya. Alright? Salakia. Page 4550. Alright? So, the first word is Hamasai. Alright? The root word in this case is Masai. Alright? Alright, so Ha is a prefix. Looking at our cheat sheet, prefixes, Ha is the. Alright? All right. The root word is homicide. Strong's concordance number for it is H4549, right? Which means a pulling up, breaking camp, setting out, to journey, to set out, to station or stage a journey. All right? So, to journey or set out. All right? Lock here. Can't really see this eye. All right. Homicide is the journey. All right. Yap, all right, is a connotation or a context variation of the word ayap, all right, which means tired, faint, or weary. All right, and then from the last one that we went over, Awathaya, all right, and I didn't give the Strong's Concordance number for this one, which is H225 on the last one, means to consent or agree. All right. In my agreement, this journey made me tired. All right. So this journey or the journey made me tired. All right. So like by you saying it's the expression. All right. So Awathaya is like an expression. It's my expression. Okay. So it's like, man, oh this journey made me tired, bro. I'm saying this trip made me tired. You know what I'm saying? This flight, you know what I'm saying, that we set out upon made me weary. You know what I'm saying? Made my body tired. You know what I'm saying? Or mentally tired, right? So it's an expression. So Awathaya is a consent to the expressions, the type of expression. It's like a almost give connotation to the type of sound that you make, right? You'd be like, you know what I'm saying? This journey made me tired, all right? Because it's my agreement or my consent, all right? So with that, we're going to stop there, all right? Let's see, what type of homework can I give? All right, so your homework is the two words that we use, angry. I got you. All right. So, in Paleo, Ancient Phoenician Hebrew, and Assyrian, all right, based off of what we went over in the chart, I want you to write this sentence. Yeah. What y'all said made me angry. All right. So based off of the chart that we did last class and the homework beginning of this class, you should be able to do this sentence in Paleo and Assyrian, right? You can use the chart to help you. What y'all said made me angry, and your words make me tired. All right? So you should be able to use the lesson from today to do these two sentences in Paleo and Assyrian Hebrew. I'm going to put use the chart. All right. Now, curveball. Both of these sentences have a feminine and a masculine connotation to it. One in the pluralization of the word, and one in this is I'm giving you a hint. This is third person. This is second person. Both of them have a masculine and a feminine connotation spin on the word. All right. So the two expressions we learned today is angry and tired. All right. Okay. So the homework is in Paleo and Assyrian, using the chart from last class and the homework from the beginning of this class. I want you to write out this sentence. What y'all said made me angry. Your words make me tired. That is the homework. All right? So with that, I'm going to say Shalom Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakathum to the brothers, and Shalom Yahweh Shema Ilathan Bahashim Yahweh Shai to the sisters, and we gone.